Hello, I'm Sasha Newkirk, Facilitator for Clear Leadership. I'm excited to be with you as you continue your journey and deepen your skills around clear leadership. Each of these videos in the series is made up of 3 parts. First, we're going to take a look at one of the key principles from the course. Then we're going to talk about its purpose. Why is it important? Then you'll be provided with an opportunity to put that principle into practice, remembering that clear leadership is about learning in the midst of performing. So we're going to start in these first few videos taking a look at the skills of the aware self, or knowing our experience moment to moment. There are 4 key skills involved in this. First, there's filling in the cube, using clear language, then talking right here, right now, and identifying your mental maps. In this video session, we're going to be taking a look at the skill of filling in the cube. How satisfied we are in the work relationships that we have depends on our ability and our willingness to clear out the interpersonal mush, which you may remember from the course as the stories we make up about other people without checking them out. I don't know about you, but I tend to make up stories about other people all the time. In fact, my story about you right now is that you're really enjoying this video. When we make up stories without checking them out, when we create this mush, we're not getting to a place of interpersonal clarity. So our ability to be clear about our experience means first we need to be aware of what our experience actually is. When we talk about experience in the context of clear leadership, I don't mean what's on your resume or in your past. Experience in this instance means what are you experiencing in this moment. The model that you were introduced to in Clear Leadership is the experience cube. So our experience is made up of 4 different elements: what we're observing, what we're thinking, what we're feeling, and what we're wanting. So to become clear on what it means to fill in the cube, let's briefly review what each of the 4 elements are. First, there's our observations. This is the data that we're taking in. What are you seeing and hearing? So for example, exactly what you're seeing and hearing on video right now. Then there's our thoughts. These are our judgments, our opinions, our assumptions about the data that we're taking in. What can be really tricky about thoughts is that we tend to confuse them with what we're seeing and hearing. So for example, you see me on video and you might be having a lot of thoughts right now about she looks really professional, she looks really animated, she looks really happy. Those would be your thoughts though. The actual data is simply the words that I'm saying and the physical gestures you see me making. So it's important for us to become clear on the distinction between thoughts and observations. That's one piece. The next element of our experience is our feelings. These are the emotions or physical sensations that we have in our body. So when I say I'm warm, that's a sensation. A feeling, an emotion is I'm mad, glad, scared, hurt, or happy, different elements or variations of emotions. Feelings can also become kind of confused and tricky because we tend to confuse them as thoughts. This is a sneaky way as human beings where we can avoid being vulnerable by camouflaging our feelings, so to speak. So to be clear on this, when you hear yourself or someone else saying, I feel as though you're making a mistake, well, that's not a feeling, that's a thought. I might be feeling angry or confused or frustrated that you made that mistake, but the feeling itself has to be the actual emotion behind it. So it's important as well that we're clear on what our feelings are. The last element of our experience is our wants. These are our intentions, our desires, our motivations, what we want to see happen. Each of us is experiencing all of these 4 elements in every given moment. But we all have different levels of awareness as to what's going on for us. Some of us may be more aware of our thoughts and our feelings than our observations and our wants, or vice versa. So if we want to become aware of our own experience, then we have to practice filling in the cube to get really clear on everything that's going on for us. So why is it important to fill in the cube? Quite simply, by filling in the cube, we become aware of our experience. And when I'm aware of my experience, this makes the unconscious conscious, and now I'm able to act from a place of choice. Let me give you an example of what I mean. Say a staff member comes to you with a problem, something going on in the workplace. How do you react to them? Do you brush it off as unimportant? Do you perhaps get a bit defensive, saying that isn't the case? Or do you try to fix it for them right away to make them feel better? If you're not aware of what your experience is in that moment, it becomes very difficult to operate from a place of conscious choice. So by filling in the cube, you're able to bring all of those 4 elements to your own level of awareness and now act accordingly. Here's your opportunity to put this skill of filling in the cube into practice. I want you to have 2 conversations with 2 different people that you work with that it's key for you to be in partnership with. Use the leadership log that accompanies this video series to prep for these conversations. Fill in the cube for each. Identify what it is that you've been observing, thinking, feeling, and wanting about your issue or topic with this person. Then, once you've done that, of course, I'm inviting you to have the conversation with each of those 2 individuals and share with them your observations, thoughts, feelings, and wants. In short, be clear with them about what your experience is. When you do this, you will be able to more clearly identify what's going on for you and stop any of the story making that might be going on for them. So until next time, be the clear leader you have chosen to be. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And my story is that they're going to look forward to seeing me too.